The Tertiary Education Trust Fund says it has secured approval for a special allocation to complete ongoing projects in tertiary institutions across the country. The Executive Secretary of TETFund, Architect Sonny Echono, gave the indication when he played host to a delegation from the Benue State University at the fund's office in Abuja. He said the fund, through the approval it secured from the Minister of Education, will from next year access special provisions in its allocation for completion of all ongoing projects in the nation's tertiary institutions. The gesture Echono maintained is part of TETFund's zero tolerance for abandoned projects.
We have projects that commenced, and because of the fluctuations in prices of important building materials, because of the delays that are associated with the COVID lockdowns and all the other disruptions to economic activities, we've now had both time and cost overruns. And the earlier we address this, the better for us as a country. So we don't have abandoned projects littering all our campuses, because we have a culture, and over the years, TETFund has been proud of having a very high rate of completion of our projects. So we want to restore that by ensuring that the projects, especially those that I can see are above from 80% and above.
The TETFund boss further commended the Benue State University for its contribution towards the production of relevant manpower in the country.
The Benue State University was one of the first, I think in the northern region, it's about the first in the whole of the northern region to be established by the state government. And we've had this culture of producing manpower, and we find many of our graduates all across the northern states and indeed other parts of the country. So you have a very rich history that you ought to be proud of, and I'm delighted that TETFund has been part of that history, especially in the areas of infrastructure and academic staff development.
In his remarks, the chairman of the Governing Council and Pro-Chancellor of the university, who led the delegation, Sebastine Hon, congratulated Echono on his appointment as Executive Secretary of TETFund, saying the agency has committed about 7 billion naira to the university's various intervention projects from 1999 to date.
BSU has benefited from TETFund from 1999 till now. Our campus is dominated with TETFund-sponsored legacy structures, including the Central Library, laboratories, lecture theaters, faculty buildings, Student Social Center, and Entrepreneurship Development Center, not excluding research, IBR, NRFF, ARJ, AMB, academic training and conferences, both foreign and local, postdoctoral, bench work, and developments in ICT. In all, the university has received about 7 billion naira in intervention from TETFund between 1999 and now.
The delegation further solicited for a waiver to access the 2021-2022 TETFund's allocations, as well as a special intervention on the institution's library that was recently touched by heavy storm. CNN News.